I love that she's finished first draft of the translation, finished at Kurt.
The Wardrops, extraordinary brother and sister, brother who studied at Oxford, but before that went on the grand tour that young gentlemen went on in those days, had a terrible time until he hit Georgia and seems to have really clicked with the people there, and writes back with great excitement to his sister, who is living a much more sheltered life in Chislehurst in Kent. And she picks up on his enthusiasm and decides she's going to learn Georgian. But this is with very limited resources at her disposal. Her brother sent her books and she had a Bible, and she got started from there. And it was the beginning of a lifelong enthusiasm for both of them. And Sir Oliver felt that the correspondence and the books that they had brought up were important to keep. And so they came to the Bodleian. Well, I could only bring along today a small selection, and we're still finding out exciting things about the wardrop books and manuscripts, but we've got the first draft of Marjorie Wardrop's translation of Night in a Panther Skin. She never felt it was good enough to publish during her lifetime, so it was left to her brother to finish the translation and get it published. And they weren't just interested in literature. They were interested in the politics and the life of Georgia. So I have brought along our very rare women's appeal, which is a petition that British women put together at atrocities being committed by Russians in Georgian territory. Disaster terrible and unprecedented in our history has befallen our country. It then moves on to its next enterprise, in which Oliver was also very deeply involved, which is the petition of the Georgian people sent to the peace conference at The Hague. And I think it's the fact that there are Georgian signatures on all sorts of scraps of paper that looked as if they've been folded in people's pockets and have lived a life before they've ended up attached to the petition. There are tremendous relationships and networks to be made between academics, but also between library and museum professionals. We're also benefiting, it's so important to have young Georgian scholars here in Oxford, because half of the things that I'm telling you about today I wouldn't have known without young Georgian scholars helping me interpret the collections we have here. And there is so much still to discover.
Our Georgian program at OSGA started about 7 or 8 years ago with a collaboration with the Shota Rustaveli Foundation, who sent us 2 to 3 visiting fellows each year. Shortly after that, we acquired our brilliant Georgian teacher who offers Georgian language to students across Oxford and from elsewhere. We currently teach about 30 to 35 students from beginners to advanced within our Georgian program. It's our most popular language, and we're really proud of all the achievements of those students. We also have a Georgian translation program, which is run again by our Georgian language teacher. And we have the recent collaboration with the Georgian Embassy, culminating in this inaugural Georgian-Oxford Forum, which we're very excited about. So as we've come out of the period of the pandemic, this Georgian-Oxford Forum has given us a wonderful opportunity to come together, to renew our relationship with the Shota Rustaveli National Science Foundation, to reinvigorate our relationship with the Georgian Embassy, and to bring together from across Oxford and beyond scholars interested in Georgia and the South Caucasian region, to discuss, to debate, and to enjoy each other's company, and to start thinking about a future for Georgian studies here at Oxford which will be the centrepiece of Georgian studies in Europe. So congratulations to all of us for this wonderful forum.
Well, there's a long historical relationship between Oxford and Georgia that goes back to Sir Oliver Wardrop and the bequests in the Wardrop collection. It is a long and fruitful relationship that in recent years has taken the form of the Georgian program here in Oxford. And the Georgian program brings postdoctoral scholars from Georgia to come for a year to the United Kingdom, to Oxford to study with us. And it also enables us to program events, seminar series, meetings, workshops, colloquia between experts on Georgia and the Oxford community. So we have a very lively program now. We're really grateful to our Georgian friends for making the journey to the United Kingdom and renewing that partnership and the tradition of these gatherings, which we had started before but hadn't formalized into the Georgia-Oxford Forum.
მოხარული ვარ, რომ დღეს საქართველო-ოქსფორდის პირველი ფორუმი გავხსენით. საქართველოსა და ოქსფორდს შორის ხანგრძლივი ურთიერთობები არსებობს და მჯერა რომ ეს ინიციატივა ახალ პერსპექტივებს კავშირებს და შესაძლებლობებს შექმნის მომავალში. როდესაც ჩაშან ოქსფორდში ვიმყოფებოდი ვიზიტით, კიდევ უფრო ცხადად დავინახე არსებული წარმატებული კავშირები. გავიცანი უფრო მეტი ქართველი სტუდენტი და მკვლევარი. გავეცანი ქართულ პროგრამას, რომელიც შოთა რუსთაველის ეროვნულ სამეცნიერო ფონდის მხარდაჭერით ხორციელდება. ასევე ქართული ენის გაკვეთილებისა და თარგმნის პროექტს. შევხვდი პროფესორებს, რომლებიც საქართველოსა და რეგიონს კარგად იცნობენ და რა თქმა უნდა ვეწვიეთ ბოდლის ბიბლიოთეკას, სადაც ქართული უნიკალური ხელნაწერები მრავალი წელია უორდროპის ფონდში ინახება. ყველა ამ ფაქტორის გათვალისწინებით ვიფიქრე, კარგი იქნებოდა მთელი ამ გამოცდილების, ცოდნის და რესურსის თამოყრა და ყოველწლიური ფორუმის დაარსება, რომელიც შესაძლებლობას მოგცემს ერთად შევიკრიბოთ და განვიხილოთ ორმხრივი დღის წესრიგი, გლობალურ კონტექსტში არსებული გამოწვევები და შესაძლებლობები. ცხადია საქართველოს როლი ამ კონტექსტში. დიდი მადლობა ყველას, ვინც მხარი დაუჭირა ამ ინიციატივას, განსაკუთრებული მადლობა პროფესორ კრის გერის და პროფესორ დან ჰეილის წარმატებული თანამშრომლობისთვის და ამ მნიშვნელოვანი ღონისძიების მასპინძლობისთვის ოქსფორდში. იმედი მაქვს, რომ საქართველო-ოქსფორდის ფორუმი მომავალში უფრო მეტად გააღრმავებს და გააძლიერებს ჩვენს ქვეყნებს შორის აკადემიურ და საგანმანათლებლო ურთიერთობებს.